Hi, and welcome to The Gist. Thanks so much for listening today. If we were to look back in time a few centuries, we would see that so-called commoners were going about their lives knowing they had little chance of joining the aristocratic classes. We've come a long way since then. Though socioeconomic barriers and inequalities persist, we now aspire to a world where anyone with enough grit and talent can become anything they set their mind to. This message is central to our increasingly meritocratic societies the world over. It has its benefits and has provided tremendous opportunity where in the past there would have been oppression. More people can fulfill their potential and work their way towards a better quality of life. But is this core tenet of meritocracy true? And what does it take, individually and collectively, to make it true? How has it shaped our notions of personal success and failure? In his TED Talk on success, philosopher and author Alain de Botton suggests that we have embraced this message wholeheartedly. He thinks that we've become focused on outward achievement, not necessarily because we're materialistic, but because society rewards us for what we do and what we have. Even as we seek work-life balance, we continue to admire those who put in long hours, climb to the pinnacle of their professions, or achieve great wealth. But de Botton sees a dark side to this approach. He argues that while meritocracy as an idea is a good one, it creates a kind of aggressive, competitive culture that results in winners and losers. Those who get to the top deserve to be there because of their ability and hard work. And while this may be true, it also implies that those at the bottom also deserve their position in life. This kind of approach leaves little room for a multitude of factors like race, gender, and socioeconomic status that impact our progress in a meritocracy. It also ignores the role of luck and randomness. The worst part is that it can create strong feelings of envy, low self-esteem, and personal failure if one doesn't measure up. That doesn't mean that we should write off all failure as bad luck or not take any personal responsibility for the decisions and outcomes in our lives. But de Botton calls for a more nuanced and gentler approach to defining success, one that is holistic and considers individual circumstances, personal trade-offs, and changing life situations. After all, as our lives unfold, what we define as success in our 20s, 40s, 60s, and beyond is sure to change. A certain degree of competition is healthy to spur creativity and innovation, to push us to test our own capabilities beyond what we ever thought possible. But where do we draw the line? Simone Biles, one of the most celebrated gymnasts in the world, asked herself that very question. After years of tremendous dedication, hard work, and sacrifices made by her and her family, Simone was at the height of her profession. The weight of taking the U.S. women's gymnastics team to a gold medal at the Tokyo Summer Olympics in 2021 rested squarely on her very capable shoulders, a pressure that she had endured many times in past competitions. With all this as a backdrop, Biles did the unthinkable. She quit. As a now viral New York Times video outlines, she chose her physical and mental health over money, medals, and accolades to add to her already long list of achievements. She chose a gentler approach, one that was healthier for her body and saner for her mind. In that moment, she chose not to define her personal success by the standards of the meritocratic system she had so long been a part of. By doing so, Biles has opened the door for other athletes to consider the trade-offs they are willing to make and where they would draw their own personal and professional lines. While most of us are not facing the pressures of Simone Biles, we might be wise to take a cue from her and revisit our own vision of success and failure, so that perhaps we can see the choices others make with more compassion and make better choices that work for us in our own lives as well. On that note, wishing you a great week ahead, be well, and see you next time on The Gist.